and saves such as have a contrite spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. He guards all his bones, not one of them is broken. Evil shall slay the wicked, and those who hate the righteous shall be condemned. The Lord redeems the soul of his servants, and none of those who trust in him shall be condemned. We'll conclude our reading at this point, the book of Psalms, Psalm 34, verse 22. You've been listening to a serialized reading of the Bible, the New King James Version, with episodes presented each morning at 8:15 on the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service. Your reader has been Barbara. Thank you for listening.
The following program is intended for listeners who are blind, have low vision, or have another print disability, which makes reading, holding a book, or turning a page difficult or impossible. The content is copyrighted by the respective publishers. For more information, please visit us on the web at nfradioreading.org.
Hello, this is Jim Michaely, and for the next half hour, I'll be reading from the August 11th issue of the Challenger Community News on the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service. First story is titled, It's Black Restaurant Week. Get your forks ready for the 9th annual Black Restaurant Week 716, hosted by the Buffalo Urban League Young Professionals in collaboration with the Exchange at Buffalo Beverly Gray. A celebration of Black-owned food and beverage businesses across Western New York in honor of Black Business Month highlights the chefs, bakers, mixologists, and foodpreneurs shaping our local culinary scene August 10th through August 16th. The Buffalo Urban League Young Professionals will host the 9th annual Black Restaurant Week 716 from Monday, August 10th through Sunday, August 16th. Celebrating Black-owned restaurants, chefs, caterers, and food entrepreneurs across Western New York. More than 20 Black-owned restaurants and food businesses have registered to participate, marking one of the largest Restaurant Week activations in the initiative's history. Black Restaurant Week 716 is intentionally held during Black Business Month, a time when support for Black-owned business positively impacts Buffalo's East Side and Black-owned businesses of the broader region. As we celebrate the 9th year of Black Restaurant Week 716, we are proud to reflect on the growth, resilience, and impact of Black-owned food businesses throughout our community. Over the years, we have witnessed the birth of new businesses, entrepreneurs pursuing their dreams, and restaurants becoming neighborhood staples. We have also seen the challenges many business owners face, with some unable to withstand the changing economic climate affecting our city. BULY-PNY President Darnell J. Haywood Jr. told the Challenger News, "This milestone year is not only a celebration of culinary excellence, but also a commitment to long-term sustainability. We are excited to partner with the Exchange at Beverly Gray to expand opportunities for local entrepreneurs through capacity building, access to resources, and the development of a business support hub. Together, we are working to strengthen the ecosystem for Black-owned businesses and help cultivate sustainable business owners who can thrive for generations to come," he concluded. The 2026 participating Black-owned restaurants located across Western New York include the Kearns Avenue Bowling Center at 163 Kearns Avenue. They feature American cuisine. Create the Dish at 126 Michigan, which specializes in barbecue soul food. Sweets Lounge, located at 2 Shrek Avenue, serves soul food. Chef Big Wayne at 242 Allen Street, Jamaican cuisine is his specialty. Cheat Days 183 Hurdle Avenue, classic American food. Loud House, Buffalo, located at 1735 Hurdle Avenue, features fusion cuisine. Marie's Kitchen, 65 Niagara Square at City Hall, has comfort foods. Salud Market, 1832 Main Street, healthy options. MT Coffee Cup Cafe, located at 80 Oak Grove Avenue, breakfast and lunch. And many other restaurants will also be participating. The Buffalo Music Hall of Fame announces their class of 2026, including Zuri Elise Appleby, who is an internationally acclaimed bassist, vocalist, and educator. She made history as the first and only woman of color to serve as a bassist in the United States Marine Corps Band, and she has toured and performed with acclaimed artists including Lizzo, Nick Jonas, Doechii, Janelle Monáe, Adam Lambert, Cynthia Erivo, Willow, Queen Latifah, Ginuwine, and Snarky Puppy, Yuna, CeeLo Green, Brent Faiyaz, Joseph Wooten, and Victoria Monet. Also inducted will be Drea Denor, who is a soulful, dynamic vocalist, pianist, producer, community activist, and creator of the award-winning The Spirit of Nina. She has collaborated with artists including Robert Glasper, Curtis Lundy, and Conway the Machine, while contributing vocals to many Grammy-nominated recordings. Curtis Fitzgerald Williams, a powerhouse, world-renowned multi-instrumentalist, songwriter, and producer who has served as music director for legendary funk band Kool and the Gang since 1981. He's performed as music director for KC and the Sunshine Band, and he co-wrote The Weeknd's 4 billion stream BMI award-winning hit Cry For Me. John Spider and James Pappy Martin. John Spider Martin was a highly respected jazz tenor saxophonist whose distinguished career included performances and recordings with legends such as Lionel Hampton, Aretha Franklin, Etta James, Wilson Pickett, and more. James Pappy Martin was the legendary and much revered bassist, jazz musician, band leader, and founder of the Love Supreme School of Music and the Maston Jazz Festival, now known as the Pappy Martin Legacy Maston Jazz Festival. Other inductees this year will include Michael Lee Jackson, Jerry Peters, the Yankee Six, Denny Fox, Jim Hall, Vic Dana, Clay Pasternak, and Rick Strauss. Kaz Backpack Giveaway. On Friday, August 21st from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Community Access Services, which is located at 3297 Bailey Avenue, there will be a backpack giveaway held on Shirley Avenue between Bailey and Suffolk Street. On-site resources and activities include free backpacks packed with school supplies for local youth while supplies last. National Fuel representatives will be available for energy cost and billing assistance. Erie County Eclipse Community Solar Assistance to help lower monthly electric bills, and they suggest that you bring an electric bill and your email address if you want their help. There'll be bill assistance info available for HEAP, SNAP, Medicaid, and Social Security, as well as family-friendly activities, information tables, and community resources. Again, that's the Backpack Giveaway and Back to School Community Fair, which is going to be held on August 21st from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at 3297 Bailey Avenue. Studio J Dance Company shines at regional competition. Studio J Dance Company students delivered impressive performances at the Empire Dance Challenge National Competition held at the Niagara Falls Convention Center from July 8th through July 10th. Founded and directed by Mrs. Jamie Glover Smith, Studio J has built a strong reputation for cultivating talent, discipline, and artistry among its dancers. That commitment was on full display as her students, Nalma Volius and Toshipo Rakipal, competed in both tap and modern dance categories against studios from across the nation. The company earned several top honors throughout the weekend, including 1 first-place trophy, 2 second-place trophies, and 1 fifth-place trophy. In addition to these placements, Studio J Dance Company was recognized for its excellence in synchronization and technique, receiving a Best Precision Award, an achievement that highlights the dancers' unity, timing, and attention to detail. I was blessed to be present and have witnessed their routines. I congratulate Mrs. Glover Smith and her students on their outstanding achievements. Mrs. Glover Smith expressed pride in her students' hard work and dedication, noting that their success reflects countless hours of practice and a shared passion for dance. Furthermore, the accomplishments at this year's competition mark another milestone for Studio J, reinforcing its role as a vibrant and successful part of the local arts community. That piece was submitted by Barbara Miller Williams. Buffalo City Ballet is accepting enrollment. The Buffalo City Ballet is now accepting enrollment for the fall semester, which begins September 14th and continues through June 25th of next year. And enrollment is available for ages 4 through 18. The school is located at 307 Leroy Avenue. Applications and fees can be found online at buffalocityballet.org. And for questions, you can call 716-864-4167. The Buffalo City Ballet offers a complete program for the young dancers, offering ballet, contemporary dance, point works for young girls, Tiny Tots prep class, and boys ballet. Buffalo City Ballet is a designed training program for young dancers who are serious about obtaining a dance career or entering a professional dance college. The school has been in business for over 40 years and was founded in 1989 by Executive Director Marvin Askew. Carrigan Murray Robinson is the Dr. Opal Lee Top Scholastic Female Chess winner. The Archangel 8 Chess Academy, which is a United States Chess Federation affiliate, is proud to announce that Carrigan Murray Robinson will be a member of the 2027 National Elementary Golden Eagles chess team. Also, Carrigan will compete at the 2026 Buffalo AKG Art Museum Summer Chess Festival on Saturday, August 15th, 2026, in Buffalo, New York. In June 2026, for the 50th Juneteenth Dr. Opal Lee Quad Tournament, which was held at Barnes & Noble in Amherst, Carrigan, who is a twin with Kailani, won top female chess player. They are both fifth grade Cheektowaga middle school players, and they were introduced to the game of chess by the Little Angels daycare staff and the director Patrick Carr in Cheektowaga. The Eagles of Excellence will compete at the 2027 National Elementary Chess Championships, to be held on April 30th through May 2nd of 2027. A 3-day, 7-games Swiss tournament hosted by the United States Chess Federation in Columbus, Ohio. Carrigan and her twin Kalani, members of the Read, Think, Achieve Youth Enrichment Chess Program, Black Pearls, their girls' chess team meets once a week at the Frank E. Merriweather Branch Library with Michael A. McDuffie, USCF chess coach in Buffalo, New York. Coach William McDuffie, Black Achiever Class 2019, has provided youth enrichment chess programs and tournaments for over 27 years. His players have earned special recognition and certificates of excellence by earning 3 national team trophies, 2 with BPS East High School Dark Knights, and recently Lockport High School Gold Knights in Lockport, New York. If you're interested in more information about that chess team, you can email knightsof64@yahoo.com. That's KNIGHTS of 64@yahoo.com for more chess information. Patrick Freeman to receive a national honor. Patrick Freeman, the mighty OBA, has been selected as one of this year's coveted honorees at the 2026 Radio Connect Awards. Freeman, a sports talk show host, entrepreneur, activist, and feature sports writer for the Buffalo Criterion, has over 3 decades of experience in sports broadcasting. The award ceremony will take place on Sunday, September 6th, during Labor Day weekend, in Las Vegas, Nevada. Congratulations, mighty Oba. This story is called Taste of Unity, Making History from Hood Taste of Buffalo to Buffalo's Hood Taste Food Crawl. Sometimes history isn't made because everything goes according to plan. Sometimes history is made because a community refuses to let one another fail. What happened last weekend when it was announced that the long-awaited Hood Taste of Buffalo had been canceled? Disappointment turned into determination when an event even bigger than a food event was born. It became Dilly Day, after founder Dilly Cannon, a day when Buffalo came together in the true spirit of Umoja, the Kwanzaa principle of unity. When circumstances threatened to leave local food vendors with lost inventory and lost income, our community responded. Businesses opened their doors and offered space for vendors to set up. People shared menus, locations, and promotions across Facebook. Volunteers delivered food, gave rides to customers traveling from one stop to another, and encouraged everyone to support local entrepreneurs. Strangers became teammates, and competitors became partners. For one day, Buffalo proved what is possible when we put community before competition. This wasn't just a food crawl, it was a demonstration of collective economics, neighborly love, and community resilience. It showed that when people work together, barriers become opportunities, and setbacks become moments of inspiration. Imagine if we carried this same spirit into every weekend, every neighborhood, and every local business. Imagine if we promoted one another, supported one another, and invested in one another as naturally as we did on Dilly Day? That's the Buffalo many of us have always believed in. We didn't just support local vendors, we made history. We reminded ourselves that the greatest resource our city has isn't a building or a program, it's people willing to stand together. May this be remembered not simply as a food crawl, but as the day Buffalo chose unity and showed what can happen when a community truly comes together. You are listening to a reading of articles and features from the Buffalo Rocket on the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service. This story is titled Everhart Pledges to Work with Hood Taste Founder to Bring Event to MLK in September. Declaring her disappointment over the Hood Taste of Buffalo being abruptly canceled, President pro tempore Maston District Councilwoman Zanita Everhart over the weekend vowed to work with the event's creator and the organizer Julio Dilly Cannon to work out the kinks and ensure that there will be a Hood Taste of Buffalo 2026 and beyond. She said that she and her partner, Rooted in Love, will work together with Dilly and vendors to sponsor his event in MLK Park. The date has not yet been finalized, but it is scheduled to be sometime next month in September. I have been in contact with the organizer and I will make sure that he has the proper permits to make this event happen, she told the Challenger. I personally have attended many times and I know what it means to the community. It is always beautiful to see so many people coming together to share their cooking talents. We need more events like this across the city of Buffalo, but we must do it the right way. That's why she said the first thing she plans to do is host a community information session for organizers, activists, and vendors, and anyone who wants to participate not only in the Hood Taste of Buffalo, but in any type of community event so that they can learn about licenses, permits, etc. That session is currently scheduled for Monday, August 31st at the Northland Workforce Training Center. We're bringing in every department from City Hall and the county, she said, to share information people need to know about participating in such gatherings. Cannon started the Hood Taste of Buffalo around 7 years ago, bringing the same food festival energy as other festivals. Delayed does not mean denied, Councilwoman Everhart posted on her Facebook page. We got you all. Dilio told the news that the only time the city ever approached him about a permit in the event's history was when he held it in a public place. Personally blamed the mayor for what happened last weekend. However, he said he was not asked for permits until the day before the event was supposed to happen. Nonetheless, as community writer, publisher, and youth advocate Carlonda Meters writes, history was made despite it all. From Hood Taste of Buffalo to an historic Hood Crawl, with vendors coming together around the town to set up Hood Taste Food Crawl. Former council president Darius Pridgeon also weighed in on the event's cancellation. He said the Kwanzaa principles of cooperative economics and collaboration he saw after the announcement was inspiring, and the result positive. At the end of the day, he said, I saw Black Buffalo come together. Here's an opinion piece by Betty Jean Grant titled O.J. Simpson, a black man who wanted to be race neutral. This fight to keep O.J. Simpson's name on the Buffalo Bills Wall of Fame is more about omission, whitewashing, and erasing the contribution of people of color, or African Americans, to the history of making this country the beacon of hope and opportunity it is to so many people around this world, than it is about keeping the name of a great black football player's stats on the wall of a football stadium. This writer knows about the comments supposedly made by Mr. Simpson. I am not black, I am O.J. We African Americans know what he meant. He was not trying to walk away from his color, he was trying to fit in that box where his talent made his color irrelevant. We knew that O.J., having been born in a state, California, that was multiculturally diverse with many ethnic groups, was not exposed to the racially charged, exclusively black and white confrontations that defined the struggles of black people to gain equality in a deeply segregated South in the 1960s. A Californian born, O.J. Simpson probably had never been called the N-word or had to get off the sidewalks to let a white adult or child pass by, or have to not look a white person in the eye while they called his 87-year-old grandfather boy in front of him. O.J. probably thought that his fame and money made him transcend his racial birthright and transitioned him to that invisible caste system where fame and fortune superseded race. I guess he, and probably many more before and definitely after him, we'll be brought back to the reality that the United States of America still has a race problem that has been around since the first enslaved African stepped ashore in 1619 or thereabout. Many of the negative comments I have read or heard have come from persons who are comfortable using memes of monkeys and apes to depict people of color. One cannot comment on or support this movement to remove O.J. Simpson's presence on the Buffalo Bills Wall of Fame if the not guilty verdict rendered by a duly elected jury is not honored or respected by those who are supporting the removal of the greatest Buffalo Bills football player from the wall of the Buffalo Hall of Fame. I sometimes wonder if a part of O.J.'s denial of being black was his need to prove that he was not like the average black man. He believed that he was exceptional, and that was probably why many persons who believed in white superiority were so quick to not respect the juror's decision. These people, racist sports fans spewing hate, as well as some in the Bills organization, these people with that worldview were not about to let this rich, arrogant, and very talented, but now deceased black man keep that superior position on their wall of fame in their brand new football stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Again, that was an opinion piece written by Betty Jean Grant. In the health section, here's a story by Joyce O'Reilly titled, Building Better Health, Your Health Has a Story. Have you ever wondered why two people of the same age can have very different health? One person has plenty of energy, sleeps well, and enjoys an active lifestyle, while the other struggles with fatigue, weight gain, or chronic health conditions. The answer is often found in their health story. Every person has a unique story. It begins long before the first doctor's visit and continues throughout life. Your health is influenced by many things: your family history, the foods you eat, how well you sleep, how much you move, the stress you experience, your relationships, your environment, and the choices you make each day. No single factor tells the whole story. Many of us think about our health only after something goes wrong. We develop high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, trouble sleeping, or unexplained fatigue, and naturally ask, what can I take to make this better? While medications can be an important part of treatment, they are only one piece of the puzzle. It is also important to ask another question: how did I get here? Our bodies are remarkable. Every day they respond to the way we live. Healthy habits can support our body's natural ability to function well, while unhealthy habits, repeated over many years, may increase the risk of chronic disease. The encouraging news is that small positive changes, made consistently, can also improve health over time. Think of your health like building a home. Before construction begins, a builder creates a blueprint. The blueprint guides every step of the project and helps ensure that all the parts work together. Your health works in much the same way. There is no single blueprint that fits everyone. Each person has different strengths, challenges, life experiences, and goals. Understanding those differences helps create your individualized blueprint for health, a plan designed to help you build the healthiest version of yourself. Improving your health is rarely about making one dramatic change. More often it comes from small decisions made consistently. Choosing nourishing foods, moving your body regularly, getting enough sleep, managing stress, staying connected with others, and working with your healthcare team. Your health is more than a diagnosis. It is more than a number on the scale or a blood pressure reading. Your health is the story you continue to write every single day. Today is an opportunity to begin a healthier chapter. Did you know? Many chronic diseases develop over several years. Healthy lifestyle habits practiced consistently can help lower the risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and other chronic conditions. Here's an event that some might be interested in. It's called Let's Exhale and Take a Walk. Join us for a refreshing outdoor walk designed especially for mothers to connect, move, and breathe together. As we walk, we'll have an open, supportive discussion about the benefits of fresh air and gentle exercise. All walking levels are welcome, come as you are, and enjoy time for yourself alongside other mothers. This will occur on Thursday, August 20th, from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at Delaware Park. We will meet and begin walking at the park entrance near the playground behind the zoo at 6 p.m. sharp. To register, it's at Zeffy.com, that's Zeffy.com, /Mommy Matters Go Outside. Or you can call 716-852-5065. Shannon Carter, who is a natural trainer with a passion for empowering others, will lead the walk on August 20th. She serves as the Director of Special Projects for the BFNC. Again, that's a walk to occur for mommies on August 20th at Delaware Park. And if you're interested in information on that, the number again is 716-852-5065. Also in the opinion section, here's a column titled Reparations Are Yours. Soldier of Buffalo returns with her eye-opening series and also speaks on the issue of reparations. My people, my people, my people. Nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream. What is your dream? How soon will I get my reparations? How much will I get? Where do I go to get my check? My people, what have you done to advance the reparative justice movement? Meanwhile, the President of the United States was willing to spend taxpayer money to give reparations to traitors and seditionists from January 6th for committing felonies against federal properties and persons. He said they did nothing wrong. You may remember from previous articles the work of Callie Guy House and her advocacy for reparations during the late 19th century and early 20th century. Her advocacy for reparations landed her 1 year and a day in jail for the fake charge of mail fraud because she galvanized hundreds of thousands behind her. All she did was try to make life better for so many elderly, disabled, unemployed, and homeless people who were hungry and without access to medical care. During that same period, 11 Italian Americans were awarded $25,000 in freshly minted gold coins as reparations for the lynching of a family member. This amount is worth approximately $900,000 in today's market. But the President of the United States felt they needed a permanent positive reminder of the repair for their harm, so he gave them a federal holiday, Columbus Day. Perhaps we should vet the history of the holidays we celebrate. Certainly not saying refuse to have a day off, but make it worthwhile. Fast forward to today, 4 states with formal reparative justice efforts and hundreds of local efforts. Palm Springs, California completed a payout and is implementing Phase 2 of the settlement. Evanston, Illinois is making regular contributions from the cannabis sales tax. All of these reparative movements resulted from dedicated hard work, community engagement, grassroots support, and public awareness. They refuse to accept the empty excuses that there is no money or that the harm happened so long ago that it is too late to repair. Where are your reparations? Buffalo, what is the status update on the New York State Reparations Commission? Are you following the New York City reparations efforts? Where is the federal government spending your tax dollars? And to whom are they giving tax breaks while you get audited and made to pay more? You have been listening to a reading of articles and features from the August 11th issue of the Challenger Community News. We read from the Challenger Community News every Saturday at 8:30 a.m. Your reader has been Jim Michaely. Thank you for listening.
Coming up next in the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service, we have a reading of the Batavia Daily News. Following that at 10 o'clock is the East Aurora Advertiser, and at 11 we have the Niagara Gazette. Stay with us for these readings and more throughout the day. You're listening to the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service. Our volunteer radio readers broadcast daily readings of printed matter to our listeners who are blind or have a print disability throughout Western New York and Southern Ontario's Niagara Peninsula. The Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service has brought nearly 40 years and more than 300,000 hours of radio readings to those without sight. Our broadcast signal is provided at no charge by WNED. For more information, call us at 716-821-5555. The following program is intended for listeners who are blind, have low vision, or have another print disability which makes reading, holding a book, or turning a page difficult or impossible. The content is copyrighted by the respective publishers. For more information, please visit us on the web at nfradioreading.org.
Hello, this is Will Evans, and for the next hour, I'll be reading from the August 13th, 2026 issues of the Batavia Daily News, serving Genesee, Wyoming, and Orleans counties on the Niagara Frontier radio reading service. Leading off, our first article is entitled Growing the Workforce, Glow with Your Hands, host Career Education Kickoff in Medina. Advanced manufacturing skills are in terms of job availability, job stability, and quite likely good pay. The career field offers a potentially lucrative future for area students, and the annual GLOW